How's it going, guys? It's your boy Kanji FPL and welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're going to be reviewing the Game Week 5 best bets for the weekend. Unfortunately, my camera is not working, so you're going to have to bear with me for this week, but I still wanted to pump the video out in case you guys were interested in the content. So just reviewing how Game Week 4 went, we actually lost one unit on the weekend, but I'm really happy with some of the bets that we placed. We just got a little bit unlucky in my opinion. The first one was Kevin De Bruyne to get a goal or an assist versus Brentford, and Rico Lewis to have a shot because he was starting. And Lewis had a shot in pretty much every game, but unfortunately he got a halftime sub. I think this week is going to be an anomaly for Pep, where he had a fully fit squad full of players coming back from the Euros, players like Rodri, Foden, Walker, who are usually first choice for him. And I'm sure there was probably a lot of unrest in the dressing room just because they hadn't really gotten any minutes so far in the season, and they're most likely their first choice players. So what Pep did to keep everybody happy, because there hadn't been a game of European football yet in the midweek, where he just subbed everybody off at halftime that he could have and just put everybody else on. So it was a really weird scenario. So I'm not sure that will continue, and I think this was just a one-off, but Rico Lewis blanked and so did KDB as well. So it's fine. We'll just take the L. It would have felt even worse if Kevin De Bruyne got the goal or the assist and Rico Lewis was subbed off, but they both blanked. So it's one of those things where we can just move on to the second and third best bets, which were Man United to win or draw and under 3.5 goals. And it was a 2-unit play. Really happy that we cashed that. I had a very good read on Man U. I had a feeling that it was going to be a low scoring game, and it was not surprising at all up until the 80th minute, where Southampton ended up getting a red card, and that's where the game really changed. So there could have been more goals in the game, but fortunately for us, it was 2-0 up until that moment. Man U still struggled to break down the deep block, and so it only ended up being 3-0. So we cashed the under 3.5, and we also got Bruno to get the goal or the assist. So that was the perfect moment where we hit the hedge bet and the main bet. So we ended up getting a 3-unit profit just from that one game alone. The fourth best bet was Isak to get a goal or an assist and Isak to have a shot, but unfortunately Isak ended up getting an injury, so he was subbed off at halftime. He had a nosebleed as well as a foot knock and blurry vision, so he was subbed off and we lost that bet. That's just bad luck. The fifth one was Eze to have a shot in each half, to have one shot on target, and Palace to win or draw. Palace ended up getting a penalty in the 95th minute as they were down 2-1, and I was expecting Eze to step up and tie the game, and that would have hit our bet because Eze already had the shot in each half. He was going to be in a position to actually give Palace the draw if he scored it. So if he had just got the shot on target from the penalty, we would have won the bet. But unfortunately, Mateta took the penalty away from him, which was really surprising. But this just puts Eze on the naughty list, and I don't think we'll be able to bet him in the future because I'm not sure if he's on the penalties. But it just sucks to be losing a bet and also learning more information at the same time. So that's unfortunate, but we won't be betting Eze going forward. The sixth bet is Saka to have a shot on target and Son to have a shot. Of course, Son got the shot, but surprisingly, Arsenal didn't generate as many counterattacks versus Spurs as I expected. Maybe that's natural because of the fact Odegaard is not going to be fit and available for this game, and Arsenal just sat even deeper than I was expecting them to, but that's just unlucky. Saka loves playing against Spurs. Saka ended up getting an assist in this game off of the set piece where he crosses it into Gabriel. Of course, he had the shot and scored, but I thought Saka would also get a shot on target himself, but he didn't, which was really surprising. So maybe we should factor in that because Odegaard is not in, Arsenal won't be scoring as many goals in the future. So that's kind of how the game week went. We ended up losing 1 unit of profit. So far in the season, we have made 21 bets where our overall record is 11-10. We have 3.4 units of profit. So far we're sort of around, 0.7 or zero point 0.8 units of profit every game week. I'm hoping that by the time we get to the end of the season, we'll be at 38 units of profit. So let's just take it 1 week at a time. And just a reminder that we still have that future bet on Raya to get a golden glove. Allison ended up picking up an injury. We don't even know if he's going to start this week. And Ederson continues to just not keep clean sheets. So I'm pretty sure we're going to hit that 5-unit future at 3.0. So just crossing our fingers, and hopefully David Raya stays fit and stays clutch for Arsenal. And I'm sure we'll cash that future, no problem. Let's move forward to the 5 best bets for game week 5. Now, I know the quality of this video is not going to be that high, but I really just wanted to put out this video in case there was anybody that was tailing some of the picks. So the first one is going to be Ipswich to win or draw. I know that they're going to be away from home versus Southampton, but I really think Ipswich have the better coach and the better players. So I want to be backing them even though it's away from home. As simple as that, I'm going to be taking it away from home and at home when they play again, maybe 10 to 15 weeks later. And so I just trust them. Of any of the newly promoted teams that have come up, I really trust the way that they played. I trust their system. I really think they have the highest chance of staying up, and that's why I just want to be backing them. 1.8 odds for the better team just makes sense to me. Southampton have just been very underwhelming. They lack Premier League quality within their starting 11, and they just struggle to score goals in general. So I'd rather just back Ipswich. The second bet is Pearl to have a shot and both teams to score for 1.95 odds on Bet365. Now, both teams to score in a Spurs game should be a lock in pretty much every match, regardless of if they're home or away. And I always trust Brentford, even though they have lost Wissa. I trust the coach. I trust the team to just find a way to score a goal. In fact, Spurs are one of the worst teams in terms of set pieces, and Brentford are one of the best teams in terms of scoring off of set pieces. And I'm sure that Brentford will create 2 or 3 high XG chances on their counterattack, where I would just back them to score. And I think Spurs will obviously likely score at home. Porro has a shot in pretty much every single game. The guy is really not a defender. He's a midfielder or an attacker if you ever watch the positions that he takes up. So that's kind of just a lock to me, and it's really good value at 1.3. So 1.95 for both of those things just feels like a no-brainer, and that's going to be my second best bet. The third best bet is going to be a same game parlay within the Man City game. I'm not expecting that many goals in this game in general. I'm expecting Raya to have a very strong performance in order to give Arsenal a chance to even win this game. I'm not expecting many goals in this game. That's why I'm going to be taking the under 4 goals. Raya's going to have to make at least 2 saves in this game because I'm expecting Arsenal to be parking the bus and Man City are going to be dominating possession. Kevin De Bruyne is likely going to be out for this game, meaning Foden should get his first start in the Premier League, and I'm expecting to take one shot, which should be really easy, and Man City to get a win or a draw at home. It just makes sense. We're in this moment where Arsenal have lost their best player. There's pretty much no chance for Arsenal to pick up a win unless Martinelli just gets a hero solo run and scores by himself. But apart from that, I really just don't see Arsenal scoring in this game. So I'm expecting an unders game in general. Maybe Holland will score. I'm hoping that he doesn't, but let's see how this game week goes. And I'm hoping there's pretty much no goals in this game. So that's why I'm going to be betting this. It feels really easy. The fourth best bet is Fulham to win or draw because they're at home and Newcastle have been getting away with their performances. They genuinely have not been playing that great. Every single time I've watched them play, they have not clicked as a team. The difference when they play Livramento versus playing Trippier is drastic. They're just not creating that many chances. They've been bailed out by Harvey Barnes and Anthony Gordon scoring worldy goals, but you just can't rely on that on a week in and week out basis. So that's why I really want to be backing Fulham, especially at home, who've been putting up very solid underlying data so far this season. The likes of Emil Smith-Rowe linking up with the strikers of Raul Jimenez, Muniz, Andreas Pereira, Iwobi. Like, they've been pretty solid this season, and I just feel like at home they can pick up a result. And I'm going to be backing Emil Smith-Rowe to just have a shot, even though he only has 70 minutes. I'm sure as the young up-and-coming star in this team, to just have one shot is easy. So I feel like 1.66 odds backing the home team is probably just a smart play. The last best bet takes us out to Leicester, where Leicester are going to be hosting Everton. Now, I know that Everton are going to be away from home, but I'm going to be backing Dominic Calvert-Lewin to get a shot on target and both teams to score in this game only if Jareth Brandwaite is unavailable or not in the starting lineup. So I just feel like Everton have been carved up by every single team they've played against. Everyone just finds a way to score against Everton. They're bottom of the league in terms of expected goals conceded. Even though Everton are going to be away from home, I still want to be backing them from an attacking perspective. Usually you'd expect Sean Dyche teams to win these types of games 1-0 or 2-0, but DCL has the aerial threat from set pieces. He also has the 90 minutes, and he's also on the penalties as well. I just feel like the team is going to be built around making DCL the star, and that's why I want to be backing him to get the shot on target. And I'm expecting both teams to score because there's no chance Everton can keep a clean sheet. It would be a vintage Sean Dyche performance if his Everton team won 1-0 in a game like this, but I just don't think they have the players in the starting 11 to do so. So that's why I want to be backing both teams to score. Those are going to be my 5 best bets for game week 5. Hopefully we'll get some good luck this week because we did get hit with a lot of bad luck last week, and I'm hoping that next week when we'll be able to do the reviews and the best bets, I'll have my camera ready and available. So hope to talk to you guys again soon and wishing you all a wonderful game week 5 in the Premier League season. Take care. Peace.